Thank you, Commissioner. Senator Wambua, Enock.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to also add my voice on this bill sponsored by our friend, our colleague, Senator Catherine Moma. Mr. Speaker, I want to begin by, of course, congratulating Senator Moma for bringing this bill for us to debate, take a vote, and then make a decision on which way to go in matters relating to e-cigarettes. Mr. Speaker, it should be remembered by all of us that from around 2017, or 2016, 2017, 2018, when e-cigarettes started making an appearance on our land through the then very famous shisha and vapes, to date, Mr. Speaker, is more than 8 years. And there is no law, even from the county assemblies, to regulate the sale and consumption of e-cigarettes. The Speaker, even more worrying is the ease with which any person, irrespective of age, can access these e-cigarettes through the various websites. Mr. Speaker, and if that is not worrying enough, then you'll be worried, Mr. Speaker, by realizing the amount of nicotine packed into those vapes by the manufacturers and the dealers. The Speaker, here in Kenya, and I've had my own conversations with the promoter of the bill, and she has shown me vapes containing as much as 12,000 puffs in small units, others with 2,500 puffs, others with 9,000 puffs. Whereas, Mr. Speaker, from the manufacturers, the countries that manufacture these vapes and sell to our children in Kenya, the maximum number of puffs in those gadgets is 600. So, Mr. Speaker, it begs the question, if we are not just a dumping ground for those dangerous vapes, then what are we? Mr. Speaker, we have a duty as leaders to protect our children. Yes, arguments have been put forth that at the age of 18, we should let our children make decisions on what they want to do with their lives. But, Mr. Speaker, truth be told, this is one avenue where an argument can be put forward that it provides fertile grounds for child abuse and killing the future of our children. I'm happy today, Mr. Speaker, because we are debating this bill when we have students visiting us from different schools. And they need to hear it from us, Mr. Speaker, that this is not a question of us legislating on morals, because we cannot do that. We can't even begin to legislate on morals. The Senator for Nyamira, the senior counsel, and our commissioner in the Parliamentary Service Commission, has proposed an engagement, a conversation between us as legislators and the Ministry of Health on the dangers of e-cigarettes. Mr. Speaker, I want to expound on that proposal and suggest that such conversation should happen between three parties. One, the legislature, so that we come up with a law that is relevant to the reality of our time. The second partner or party to that conversation should be that Ministry of Health, and what we should be asking them to tell us from research is whether there is any known benefit of inhaling e-cigarettes, any known benefit. They bring it on the table. And then, the Speaker, the third party to that conversation should be the CS Treasury to tell us how much money do we get in tax revenue from trading in e-cigarettes, and the amount of money that we use, Mr. Speaker, to treat ailments emanating from inhaling e-cigarettes. Mr. Speaker, we may be surprised to realize that it is a zero-sum game. In fact, we could be spending a lot more money on treatment for ailments associated with e-cigarettes and for rehabilitation of people, young people, and even adults that have been hooked and in rehabilitation centers than the amount of money that we get in taxes. Mr. Speaker, if it is true, and I don't doubt it, that Uganda, our neighbor, has decided to forego the revenue emanating from taxes on e-cigarettes, why should we have a problem with making that decision? Mr. Speaker, I am inclined, and you know this is the beauty of debate, I'm inclined to think along the lines of my colleague, Senator Eric Mogeni, that perhaps actually what we should do is to ban trade in e-cigarettes and consumption of e-cigarettes in this country. For a good reason, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you know, I've also realized that for some reason in this country, and I'm not saying this because I belong to the other side of the political divide, but Mr. Speaker, I've also realized that people are a bit timid in making bold decisions. Today, Mr. Speaker, I saw a very bold decision which asks a lot of our people in Tanzania, where the government has just decided to limit the businesses that non-citizens of Tanzania can be engaged in while in Tanzania. They have even gone ahead, Mr. Speaker, to say that any citizen who in any way facilitates a non-citizen to carry out certain businesses, including, Mr. Speaker, our own global innovation on M-Pesa trading, that any Tanzanian who aids any person from outside Tanzania to carry out money transfer, electronic money transfer, or telephone-based money transfer commits a crime and is liable to a fine and a term in jail. The Speaker, that decision in itself, it's a bad decision for us, but it is a bold decision. As Speaker, we can take bold decisions in this country and say that because the benefits of trading in and consuming e-cigarettes, the Speaker, face to nothing compared to the losses in terms of health, then we should take the bold decision and do away with e-cigarettes in this country. Mr. Speaker, again, in this country you realize that the websites that are selling e-cigarettes, there is, Mr. Speaker, so much of those products, so many of them, packaged in ways that are very, very attractive to young people. I've had, the Speaker, an opportunity to look at some of them packaged as marker pens, you know, looking beautiful mark pens. Some of them looking like toys. Some looking like sweets. No, lollipops. And the Speaker, to add injury to, or insult to injury, the Speaker, they are flavored, you know. It's a chocolate flavor, no, strawberry flavor. So when you consume, you actually convince yourself, and I heard Senator Mogeni saying it goes in so smoothly, but he also made a rejoinder that he has not tried it. The Speaker, that must all be subjected to some analysis. We need to be sure. The way he explained it, it seems like a person who has first-hand experience, you know. It goes in so smoothly. And imagine it going down so smoothly for young people. And it is sold as a sweet with strawberry flavor. What will stop our kids from buying these products, Mr. Speaker? And then they get hooked to nicotine. Mr. Speaker, as I said, first of all, as a stopgap measure, as we move now towards a conversation on the ban, let us be very clear that you cannot have those products on Kenyan soil if and when they are flavored. Let's begin from there. That you can, nicotine is nicotine, cigarette is cigarette. It must smell as it should. I mean, it must taste as it should. Don't put flavors into it to make it attractive or want to conceal the dangers of cigarette smoking. The Speaker, the bill as proposed, the amendment as proposed by Senator Catherine Moma, in Section 8, it's the one that addresses the packaging and bans the sale, open sale of e-cigarettes in public vehicles, in public spaces. No, that's Section 9. Section 8 deals with the packaging using items that appeal to underage children, like sweets and toys. All that is good. The Speaker, as I conclude, I want to make an observation about that Section 3. the inclusion of a person nominated by the Council of Governors in the board. Mr. Speaker, going forward, I think this Senate will have to make a decision on how to engage with the Council of Governors. We must decide whether they are a body that we can give legal responsibilities, and then in that case, make a decision on how they will be funded, or just decide that they are an amorphous body, and then we don't assign any roles and responsibilities to them. So this case is very confusing. When governors appear before committees of the Senate, they are hard-pressed to explain how they are spending money on COG activities. But when we legislate, we assign roles and responsibilities to COG. Mr. Speaker, that decision, and because I know, Mr. Speaker, you are the chair, the able chair of the Legal Affairs Department. Mr. Speaker, you must unbundle that confusion for this Senate. That from one side of the mouth, the Senate is saying, you know, the COG should undertake these responsibilities. On the other side of the mouth, you are putting governors on the spot for spending money to facilitate the COG to undertake activities that you as the Senate have given to them. Mr. Speaker, this is not, it doesn't look good. And because you sit there as a Speaker and we know your abilities, the Speaker do something about that. So that then we don't have situations where we are making laws and every time we are debating a bill, it has a role that has been assigned to the COG, and yet we are not very, very clear on the legality of that body called the COG. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I congratulate Senator Muma for bringing up this bill and challenge Senator Muma and challenge this House to push this government to make bold decisions and backed by legislation that we are going to pass to ban the trade in and consumption of e-cigarettes in this country. If the World Health Organization, the Speaker, has pronounced itself on the dangers of e-cigarettes, and we have examples from our neighbors who have imposed that ban, and we have examples from the countries where these e-cigarettes emanate, who have taken drastic and bold measures to regulate. Mr. Speaker, we should be bold enough to say that we should push for a ban on e-cigarettes. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I support.
Senator Wambua, I took note of the comments you made regarding that proposal by Senator Muma as regards the membership which you are proposing to come from the Council of Governors. And it's something that, remember, there has been litigation as to the legality of that council, and definitely will take appropriate action. Senior Counsel Kongo Mogeni knows the extent with which such actions can, such positions can be pushed through the House, and I think it is worth the comments you made, and I definitely will also, as a chair of JLAC, undertake what needs to be undertaken. Now, honorable members, there is no other member who is seeking to contribute to this particular bill, and therefore I will call upon the mover, Senator Catherine Muma, to reply on this very important bill.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to most sincerely thank colleagues who have taken time to read this bill and have contributed and enriched my thinking on this bill, I'd like to specifically thank Senator Veronica Minas, Senator Olekina, Senator Majority Leader Senator Aaron Cheruyot, Senator Cherarke, Senator Tabitha Mutinda, Senator Kisang, yours truly, Speaker Senator Sigei, Senator Kajuang, Senator Marian, Senator Mogeni, Senior Counsel, and Senator Wambua, who have contributed in a very profound way. Honorable Speaker, I am glad